Welcome to Javascriptable. My name is Kushal Dakal, and today we'll be building a speech-to-text generator using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So this is how the application will look like. We have a window where it says speech-to-text. Here we have start speaking and finish speaking buttons. And when we hit the start streaming or start speaking button, it will immediately start to listen to us. So whenever we say something, it will just show up there, and we can hit the finish speaking button and it will stop for listening. And we have a button to copy the text, and we also have a button to clear the text. Okay, so this is how the application will look like. Let's get building. So here I have three files open: index, styles.css, and JavaScript. On the right, I have the application open here. So let's get started with the HTML first. So let's change the title to say speech to text, and we'll have to connect with our styles as well as with our script. Since I'm importing our JavaScript in the head tag, we have to use the defer tag. So in the body, I'm going to make a div with the class name of wrapper, and inside the wrapper, I'm going to create a header with a class name of header. And inside header, we're going to have a h1 tag, and this is going to say speech to text. And right after this, we have a div with an ID of indicator. Awesome. And let's also open this up with our live server so we can see what's happening here. Okay, let me copy this. This is how the application looks for now. And after the header, we have a div with a class name of speech area. Let's make it area here. Okay, and now we have a speech buttons. If we go back to our original project, here we have these two buttons. So let's go ahead and do a speech button. Inside of here, we have two spans with an ID. The first one has an ID of copy button. Or let's make it a copy search speech. And let's write it copy here. Let's copy and paste it here. And this one is going to say clear. Let's change this to say clear. And right after the buttons, we have a text area. Let's get that one. We don't need the name. ID is going to be text area. And the calls, we are going to be controlling this from our styles, and the rows can be left to 10. And this one is going to have a placeholder, and it's going to say your speech goes here. Okay, and I think that's all we have for here. One last thing I want to add is I want this to be the spell check to be disabled from the text area. So whenever if we write something else, it's not going to say it's grammatically incorrect. So for that one, let's come here and do spell check, and this is going to be false. I just think it looks nicer. And right below this div speech area, we're going to create another div. Let's do div, and let's give the class name of button container. And inside of here, let's create a button, and this one is going to be start speaking, and let's give it an ID, and the ID is going to be voice start. Let's copy this and paste it here, and this one is going to say finish speaking, and this one is going to say voice finish. Awesome. So let's go to our website. And so this is how the application looks like right now. And to make this project shorter, what I've done here is I've already uploaded this styles to the GitHub. So you can just follow the link from the description, and you should be able to copy the styles from there. It just makes it so much quicker. So I'm just going to copy my styles and paste it here. Let's save that. And now we have all the styles adapted here. Something is not working here. So let's go to our text area. Okay. We have a mistake here. Text area. This is 100%. I forgot which one is mine. So let's go and disable this background. Okay, so this is ours. Okay, so let's close the other one and let's jump to our script. So first of all, we're going to grab all of our HTML elements to our script so we can manipulate with them. So the first one is going to be our text area. So let's say text area equals to document.get element by ID, and its ID is the text area. So let's copy this one and paste it here. And now we can just copy and paste this a few times, and we'll be changing them from the HTML file. So let's copy this indicator and paste this one here. Didn't mean to do that. Control V. And we can just paste this one here as well. And the next one is going to be copy speech. So let's copy that, paste it here. The next one is clear speech. And we have two others, voice start and voice finish. So let's get those. And we can cross this one. We can delete the last one. So we have inputted all of the HTML elements to our JavaScript. So the next thing we have to do is we have to get the speech recognition. It's a browser API. So for that one, we can do window.speech recognition. Recognition equals to window.speech recognition, and or window.webkit speech recognition. Okay. So then we can create a object from the class. So we can say const recognition equals to new speech recognition. Okay, let's open our console so we can see any potential errors. After this, what we can do is get our recognition, and we have to define a few properties here. So the first one is going to be the interim. I think it's called interim results, and this one is going to be true. This basically means whenever we start talking, it's going to update the live one, so it's not gonna wait until we are done speaking and upload it. So this is going to be true. And we have the second one, recognition.lang. This basically defines the language what we're trying to get. So for that one, we're going to get the US language. So we can just say EN and language US. Okay, and after that, we have to get our first button, which is start speaking. So let's get the button. So that one is voice start, and we can just add a event listener to this, and we'll be listening to click. Here, let's create an anonymous function, and in here we can do recognition dot start. So when we say this, it's going to immediately start listening for anything we say. So when I go here and press this start speaking button, you can see there's this red dot indicating this tab is using your camera or microphone, but we're only using the microphone this time. So we can cancel that one. And after this, now we have to get the listen to words and put it in this speech box, right? So for that one, we are going to do recognition.add event listener, and this time we'll be listening for result. Let's create an anonymous function, and we'll be passing an parameter here of an element. And in here, let's create a variable called transcript. And that's going to be equal to array dot from, and this is going to say e dot results, and we're going to map it. And here we can do result equals to, or anonymous function here equals to, or array function. This one is going to say result, and we'll be grabbing the first one, so 0, and we're also going to map it. And this time we're going to do result array function, and this is going to say result dot transcript, and we'll be doing the join to just keep adding in there. So here we have this much, and now if we do, let's do console.log, and if we do transcript and save that, and when we hit this and start speaking, now you can see our console is started to load up here. I think, oh yeah, so right now it's not going continuously because we have not defined it. So for that one, let's go right above recognition.start, and we can do recognition.continuous equals to true. This basically means it's going to keep on going to listen to us until we make it stop. So now if we hit start speaking, it is not going to stop if we stop talking, right? So it's going to keep filling up everything, but we don't want this all these speeds in the console. We want them in right here. So let's cancel this, and now we have this much. Now let's get our text area, and we can do dot text content equals to our transcript. And if we hit save, and if we press start speaking, now it's going to start filling up our text area with whatever we're saying. That's pretty cool. But one more thing what we can do here is we can also replace a certain words that we don't want to listen to. So for that one, let's do const. We can do replace transcript equals to transcript. We're getting the transcript dot replace, and we can define the replaced words inside of this to right inside this to backslash, I think. So here we can say hello, and we want to replace it with hi. Let's do that. And for text area, text content, we can just change this to say replace transcript. If we hit save and go ahead and start speaking, so whenever we say hello, it gets hi right here. I said hello, but it gets hi. Okay, so that's cool. Now we also need our finish speaking button to work. So for that one, we can just do the pretty much same thing. We can do voice finish dot add event listener, and here we'll be listening to same thing, click, and let's create an anonymous function, and in here we'll be getting our recognition, and we'll be saying stop. And let's try that. So right now it's listening to what I'm saying. So when I hit finish speaking, it should stop, and there it does. Now our blinking sign has gone, and it has stopped listening to us. And also what I also want to do is use our indicator. So if we go to our index.html, we have this indicator, and if let's go to our styles and find the indicator. Right now it's displayed none. So if I remove this and save it, here you can see this has a nice animation which kind of shows that something is happening, or it's recording. So we have to make it enable and disable by pressing these two buttons, or by in this case what we're going to do is we are going to listen to our microphone, and whenever the microphone has been enabled, this button, this icon is going to come up, and whenever the microphone is disabled, this icon will go off. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to leave it as displayed to none. So let's go to our transcript, and right below this voice finish, let's get our recognition, and we can do add event listener, and this time we're listening for audio start. And inside here, what we want is, let's get our indicator. Let's do dot style dot display equals to, and this one is going to be I forgot the parenthesis, and this one is going to be block. And let's also copy this one, paste it here, and we will be listening to audio end. So whenever the microphone has been ended, and this time if the microphone is not working, we want this to be none. We don't want to show this animation. So when we hit start speaking, this icon will come up, which basically shows that something is happening. Website is listening for something. And when we press finish speaking, this will go off, and also it will stop listening to anything we're saying. And now let's make our copy button and clear button to work. I'll be starting with the clear. So let's go ahead and get our clear speech button. Clear speech.add event listener. And in here we'll be listening to click. Let's open our array function, or I keep saying array function, but it's anonymous function and also arrow function. And in here, what we want is we want to get our text area dot inner text equals to an empty string. So when we let's say something here, and I'm just going to finish speaking and hit clear button, and it just clears everything from our text speech area. Now let's get to our copy speech. Let's do add event listener, and we'll be listening to click. Let's do the same thing, but in on here, what we're going to do is we're going to get our text area value. So let's do text area dot, or let's do copy text, copy speech, or copy text equals to text area dot value not max area value max. It's just going to be value. Yeah, and right below here, we don't want to copy if it has nothing. So let's say if we just have many spaces, we don't want this to copy. We only want to copy when there is something. So for that one, we can just do that. Let's do copy text dot trim is not equals to 0. If we do that, it's not going to copy, or it's not going to run if the text is, if the input field is empty. So in here we can do text area dot select let's do text area dot select, and right below here what we can do is let's get our navigator dot clipboard dot write text. This way we can just write it to our clipboard, and in here we're going to paste the copy text. And let's go ahead and make a comment area. Okay, so let's do start speaking, and let's say something, and let's do finish speaking and copy this. Let's see if this works. And if we paste it, now we have the text copied. And also another cool thing about this text area, which is HTML5 element, is we can also write here. We can also speak something and make a change to it, and then we can hit copy or clear if we don't want it. And the last thing for us to do is to deploy this application, so you can find it from anywhere else. So search for Netlify in Google and open the first link and log into your account. So here I'm just going to do, I'm going to do login here. And here I've got a few projects here, and we can just go to site, add new site, or we can also drag and drop here. So let's drag this right here, and it will say it's being deploying. And but in the meanwhile, we can go to our site setting and go down here and go to change site name, and you can write any name you want. So here we can do own speech to text and hit save. And if we go up here, our application is ready. So we have our domain name, which is ownspeech.text.netlify.com, and here's our application. And we can also try if this works, and it'll obviously ask for the microphone permission, and when you start speaking, it'll start to listen, and all the buttons work perfectly. And there we go. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new project. Thanks.